Welcome to Nothing to Fear podcast. I go by the name Chris Blanca Pro. I started this podcast to share my untold story, my truths, and my journey, and my close relationship to Jesus Christ. And I want you to create a life on your own terms. We always have a choice. This podcast is about career, hustle, perseverance, manifestation, fun, sport, entertainment, relationship goals, and making it happen on your terms.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Nothing to Fear podcast. I go by the name of Blanca Pro. You know by now. And it's a people's podcast, of course. So, yesterday, I saw this young man book out an appointment to get a haircut. So, we were chopping it up. Get to find out, this guy is he's from the hood. Well, he's in the Hollywood. You know what I mean? So we were chopping it up. Get to understand this guy is not no normal guy out here. He's doing it big out here. Mr. Taj, how are you doing, man? Nice to have you on the podcast.
It, I'm glad to be here. I'm back in the hometown, seeing family and friends, and I got nothing to fear.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So that's his roadie right here, Mr. Alpha. Welcome to the Nothing to Fear podcast.
Appreciate you for having me.
And my main guy over there, Mr. Anton.
Told you I'm not going nowhere.
How you been, man?
I'm good.
You're
Real
great.
Good. I'm good.
Great is a word, man.
Blessed.
There you
blessed.
go. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Highly favored. Say it again, brother.
Sir, blessed and highly favored.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes, and yes.
So, Mr. Taj, my first question to you, I want you to let the people know that. What inspired you, right?
Yeah.
To get into movies, to get into acting, and what models, like, you see, who impresses you, make you want to be an actor?
Okay, for sure. What inspired me, I would say, just growing up in New York, you're gonna see all walks of life when you go into school. From a young kid, you might see a businessman, and then you're gonna see an immigrant mother with 3 children.
Facts.
So just seeing that growing up, I was like, what path do I want to take and have my family, like the family that I create, take as well. So I thought performing arts was going to be the best way to, not only put out dope stories in the world, but also, create some high economic impact in my bloodline and my future generation and my current generation of my family. But not only that, resources that I could provide for those who feel like they have a creative, they have some creativity in them, and they don't have the resource to get it out to the world, for sure.
And I want you guys to know, Taj is he's from the community.
For sure.
So I want you to know that. You know what I mean?
Born in East Flatbush, Kings County Hospital.
Facts.
91st and Church, where was my first, where I walked my first steps, all through East Flatbush. Then I moved up to Mill Basin, and I just been
around
all through Brooklyn.
Being around
All through Brooklyn, though, feet on land.
That's what.
How about you, man? How you got started? Like, where you from? What's up?
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Talk to us.
Man. I'm from Brooklyn. I got started, like, my whole journey. I don't know. I really say my inspiration come from my family, Like, growing up, I was able to watch my older cousins do mainly, not majority, mainly.
Make sure you speak up in that microphone, please.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, facts. I was just watching my family do they thing, you feel me? And I figured, like, yo, if they could do it, I could do it too. So it wasn't really a competition thing. It was more say, like keeping the standards, you feel me? Like, staying there. Like, I can't be anything but entrepreneurial, creative.
Something dope.
So Alpha, what I want you to let the people know, because I didn't introduce you, and let the people know what you're doing, what you're getting into. So let the people know.
Oh yeah, I do music. I do music videos. I host events. I'm a seller. So you feel me? If you got marketing ideas, things, I could probably connect you with the right people. You know, I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I'm not really like a camera person, but we gonna work on that.
You
Word.
get it. You get it. You get it.
So
We're gonna make sure you get it.
you telling me yesterday how like you was looking to actually start dive into doing movies and films.
Yeah, facts.
You know, especially with your partner over here
partner,
that was looking
yeah.
to dive into that more.
Definitely, but you know we gotta
Don't
keep
be
certain
modest,
concepts
man.
on surprise for real. You feel me?
I want you
I
to.
like shock value.
Okay.
So let him know like how you was filming everything necessary like as a like he was filming
word.
his own series like as a
14.
teenager.
14 years old.
Come
How
on.
you over here being humble? How
Come
you
on,
being
man.
humble like that?
Don't be
And
too
come
humble,
on,
man.
You
man.
need people like this to remind you that you've done certain things. You know, the way that we work, and it's funny because we just had this conversation. The way that we work, we keep going. You know, we don't never stop to be like, oh yeah, look at what I did, successful, or throw it in nobody's face. It's always like, yeah, I did that, but look at what I got coming next. You know,
All right.
we don't really. It's not me being humble. It's just something I be forgetting for real.
So how long y'all two know each other for?
So
10 years plus now.
yeah, I mean I met him in his freshman year of high school. I was a sophomore at that time, so that's
Facts.
yeah like decade like over a decade for sure. But I feel like the reason why I said that is because like the years because those those years are kind of so pinnacle in your life. We went to a school called Edward R. Murrow High School, not too far from here. You know, a lot of legendary alumni, including ourselves. Um, and I feel like those just walking through those halls, just as a teenager, exploring our creative endeavors from young, molded us to not be fearful of going into other cities like Austin, Texas, like Philadelphia, like DC, and spreading our wings instead of because you could be from a big city like New York and they say you can make it anywhere, but if you're in New York and you're not in that right environment in New York, it could hinder you for sure, for sure.
And I know you mentioned earlier that you went to school with Joey Badass, and you know all of these achievers. You know,
Yeah,
the
shout
Flatbush
out the
Zombies.
whole Beast Coast, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Beast Coast.
Yeah, we all local to this Flatbush community, Canarsie Mill Basin, Flatbush area, and I feel like just even being around or seeing like someone who we was walking the halls with, going to sell platinum records and not like just it's inspiration, but it's also it shows that it's the next one coming right after them. Like that energy is in the air. They like, yo, you be LeBron don't play by himself. He got
No.
a lot of other people coming.
Yeah, but he's a leader. He's a person to build around.
For sure.
So you want to be that person that set the tone for alpha, for your peers. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah. So you not only act. I know you say you rap too, right?
Yeah, I definitely rap. For sure.
Yeah. So he's a very versatile guy, and I take the time out yesterday because I met him yesterday for the first time, and I take the time out to do a little research on him, and he's very versatile. And tell him what you got going on Netflix, what movies, where they can find you.
Well, I got a show on Netflix right now that's streaming. It's called Saturday Morning All Star Hits. I play DJ Swish on
Dope.
the series.
Yep.
It's like a animated cartoon series dedicated or inspired by the '90s and written by Kyle Mooney, a great legendary writer and comedic actor from Saturday Night Live, and produced by Emma Stone. So directed by Dave McCary, her husband. So just even seeing what I was able to be a part of, inspired by the '90s always. Because I'm a late '90s baby.
Yeah.
But we was the type of kids in high school. We was rocking old school fits that you might have seen right out of a Jet magazine ad in '99. We had like all of our own style. We was doing custom fits, bleach shirts. Just that's like, but being in this environment, it also allowed us to be, express ourselves in that way. Other places, I have friends who from like small towns that they see certain stuff that I've worn and they're like, yo, I can never get away with that in my town because it's like be looked at as weird. But when you're from this city, this borough, you're able, this community, you're able to like express yourself, and you could be wearing whatever you want, and as long as you feel comfortable in it, and it's your style, you could talk to anybody. Just know that.
So let me ask you, who, who, and what actor inspires you to like really dive into actually taking that leap of faith? And if you also can name what movie also played a part in that, because everyone has that movie that kind of made them like say, I gotta take this shot now. I gotta make that leap.
Who's that model?
As a child actor, because I kind of I went to like high school for playing the saxophone. I really was into jazz music and stuff like that, like in my adolescence. But prior to that, prior to even going into high school, I had got my first agent by being street scouted in Times Square. They rarely do that anymore because everything is just handled electronically. But I would say then I kind of knew, like, this is middle school years, I kind of knew I wanted to be an actor by watching stuff like Mike, which is Bow Wow. But I would say as an adult, like, I've been studying people like Denzel Washington specifically, or like I got movies like a lot of the John Singleton films. I would say I want to be, I don't want to be, but I am inspired by like his journey, the way he went from going to a city college to USC to kicking in the doors as a director, creating his own semi-genre in the 90s and paving the way for a lot of actors' careers for generations and decades, even after he passed, but also prior to him passing, he was able to help actors find a way in rooms where they wouldn't be accepted otherwise. As a black director in Hollywood, you face a lot of, politics, a lot of just bureaucracies when trying to get yourself out to the public for sure.
Do you really think that Hollywood is really evolving when it comes on to diversity?
Yeah, in a sense, but also I feel like it changes every. You gotta keep evolving with the youth as well. So like, it's bursts and spurts of like diversity. They say like, especially in the late 90s, you had shows like The Cosby Show, you had shows like Family Matters, you had Martin, Living Single, all those big 90s comedy shows, and then they disappeared for a long time. Now you got main black shows, black cast shows like Elementary on like ABC. Then you got shows like Power that's, they call it a black show or a black drama, but they don't get nominated for Emmys.
Yeah.
So diversity on a nationwide or global scale, not as much, and the pay the pay difference also plays a lot in it. But I do feel like more black directors, black showrunners, it starts with the people who actually own the networks. So
Yeah. So, Alpha, talk to me. What's your background?
What you mean, bro?
What's your parents?
Oh, my parents? I'm Jamaican, Panamanian, or facts.
Same question though, because you say you do music, and I know you said that your family is kind of what, it's, pushed you to do what you do because you want to be like them, you want to keep the family legacy going, lineage going. But in music and when you're trying to do film, what are the actors or musicians that actually inspire you the most, that keep you motivated and say, you know what, I know I can like really get to that level because I want to be where they're at, if not higher, and continue that legacy and like the culture and what we're doing here.
For actor, I could say my son Johnny Depp. I like the type of movies he comes.
Johnny Depp.
Or I ain't gonna lie, that's one of my favorite actors in the world.
I
Public Enemy.
I love Johnny Depp, but I don't hear many people say that that's that top actor. Like I love Johnny Depp.
I don't care what nobody say.
Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
That's well, come on. That's
comedy. That
There's
paid his bills for
nobody I know
years,
that don't
so-
like Pirates of the Caribbean. Nobody can say that's like his. That's like his top.
Those was the ones. Though I feel like Pirates of the Caribbean, like all those, like every movie he done prior or even afterwards. Yeah, he did a lot, but Pirates of the Caribbean kind of made him like everybody looks at him as Captain
Household
Jack
name.
Sparrow.
Yep, household name now. But funny enough, one of my actual favorite movies that most people don't talk about, but was actually really good, and there's a Broadway play on it, was Sweeney Todd.
It's like a little.
I ain't gonna lie.
Like, follow me, son?
No, you're good now.
Oh, trying to get me? That's crazy. They're trying to get me in the streets. That's crazy. Yeah, it was Sweeney Todd, which is also a
That's
Broadway.
fine. Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Yes.
What you said?
Yes.
Joel.
Yes, that's the one.
Dude, what you know about that? Nah.
That was.
I don't get the
joint.
reference,
Sweeney
but
Todd was lit.
I know Sweeney Todd the movie, but
There's a hole in the world with a great black ditch and it's filled with people that fool with shit. Nigga, what you talking about? Nah, niggas don't know about my. Nah, I got.
Yeah, that's what. See, I'll tell you, that's my dude. I mess with Johnny Depp.
Talking about. I had to be like a jit, bro, a kid, bro, listening to that.
I wanted to see the play too, but I never got a chance to see it because I'm not. I mean,
My favorite actor though. I mean, my favorite director, Tim Burton.
okay.
so you just it's all about Johnny Depp and the series. Because Tim Burton and Johnny Depp really go together like all the time in a lot of
Because
movies.
you gotta understand, Johnny Depp being a lot of different movies with different directors as well. You feel me?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Tim Burton's eye, you understand? Like down to the color grading, down to the creativity of certain things that's in his visuals. I remember Lil Uzi had came out with a song. What is it? P's and Q's.
Mike,
The microphone.
closer.
Oh, you know that song? I don't know if it's P's and Q's. He has some song, and it had like this Alice in Wonderland theme. But it's just the creativity.
Oh, okay.
Burton's mind. You feel me? That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Johnny Depp. Like no disrespect to Johnny Depp.
Of course,
but-
of course.
feel me? That's
Or the
what-
directors got to work with the lead actors, and they dance.
Nah, word.
Those two as a pair, they made some really phenomenal movies, and like Tim Burton is actually like a legend. He's a legend.
Word.
He's a legend. You know
It's
what I mean?
like Martin Scorsese. He works with a lot of actors like Al Pacino specifically for like 4 or 5 movies, and they just create that balance. I feel like
Yeah.
once you locked in with that one actor that you know could capture your
Another good duo that you're talking about. Go to your point. What you call it? Sam Jackson
okay
and Quentin Tarantino.
yeah.
Oh, I was thinking Quentin Tarantino, but I was thinking about the machete guy. I forgot his name. He did
Danny Trejo?
Danny, yeah, boy.
Oh
But
yeah,
Danny
okay.
Danny
He got a
Trejo.
scary. He got a scary story.
Yeah, he did. Well, he definitely. A lot of actors got some scary stories. Like, yeah.
And Shaq.
Really?
I was just telling my shorty like, you know how they be looking at Shaq like my son Cuddly. Shaq is not no teddy bear gang. Stop playing with that big ass man. That nigga will boom you.
Well, damn. Okay.
So, there's any particular gen or character that you're drawn to?
Particular genre.
Yeah.
I want to say action movies. Oh, you know who else I really jab my boy Marlon Wayans.
He bird.
Hell yeah.
Classic.
The whole Wayne's family, they definitely did a lot of
jokes, but nah, he got it, bro.
They did a lot of, I would say, door opening for the like living color.
Living colors.
Yeah, that. If you go back and watch it in living color, seasons, you'll see a lot of actors just getting.
That's where they start from, though.
Yeah.
Living colors is what build that black acting community. Most of them are in that living color. When you check it back, most Queen Latifah, you could name it. You could go back
lot of
as
people
deep as
started.
you want to go. That's where they started from. Living Colors.
Yeah, Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey.
Not only black actors as well, and I feel like that should be we should take that stigma away from calling them black actors because
Exactly.
we can't call
Thank you. Appreciate that.
we don't
'cause-
call other racial groups actor so and so actor.
Facts.
So
I respect
stop calling
that.
us black actors, please. But we could call ourselves black actors if we want because we embracing the term. But now the new term we're actually calling it right now is blackers.
You know, it's funny that you
For
said
me,
that. You can't really embrace everything for real.
For me, yeah, I'm happy that you say that because I've been in my feelings, not really feelings, but I've been feeling it like when we start calling people black and white, and that's where segregation all start. So I started getting it from about 2 months ago. I started referring to myself as black. We're cultured. We're a different culture, because that's when you start playing separation, and then you start looking at people different. You know what I mean?
I feel like anything with a label is segregation, though.
It's segregation. You know what I mean? So I start looking at it different.
And on that note, let's take a quick break, and we'll come right back. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So, we were just talking about earlier, the actors that inspired us, and then how you guys got started in your genre, your journey, and also diving deeper into into also changing the narrative of how actors and musicians actually start describing themselves, because that is part of this keeping the stereotypes and keeping the racism alive is by consistently calling yourself black actors or black rappers or musicians or anything like that. Right. You gotta take the word black out of it. We're way past that now.
Yep.
You know what I mean, the game has changed a lot. A lot of people are more involved now, of all races now. You know what I mean? So instead of calling black actors, you're an actor. That's
Yeah,
what
actor.
you are, period.
Period.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
If you do music, whether you do rock and roll or you do pop or you do rap, it don't matter. I do rock. I'm a rapper. I'm a rock star, pop star, whatever. It doesn't matter.
No labels.
Gotta change that label.
No label. No labeling.
No more.
No labeling. And in general in life, it's
That's
period.
a fact.
No labeling. You know what I
Not a
mean?
black business owner.
Yeah.
You're a business owner.
I'm a business owner.
That's it. Because
Not
you don't
limiting
hear no
yourself.
one ever say, yo,
Black business owner
Not
for the
putting up
grants,
no
though.
gate.
for the grant.
Definitely a black business owner for the grants. I don't know what they talk about right
He's
now.
like, yo, excuse me. No. You offering what, 50 bands for this? I am a black in poverty area too.
I identify.
As a
No.
poverty area, black
No.
entrepreneur.
Yo, you gotta claim it though. You gotta claim it. I don't care how you look at it.
I'm telling you.
I mean, me personally, no black. I'm trying to get that out my vocabulary. I don't want to talk about black.
Yeah, nah.
I mean,
business
limiting yourself, engaging yourself.
entrepreneur,
I mean,
business owner, you do what you do. You provide for
people.
your family, provide for your friends, your community.
people.
And you just keep it up. That's it. All we
That's
gotta
it.
do is live life and try to be at peace with each other.
That's it.
That's it. That's what's supposed
That's
to be
it.
important. That's
Yeah,
it.
uplifting
If we
each
can,
other's.
We help out who we can help out along the way.
Information is out there and it's open. Like it's not guarded anymore. Everyone can get it. Go get it
Yeah.
without no labeling. Know what I mean?
So you was going to tell us, musician-wise, who inspired you?
What? Yeah.
Yo, my son Michael Jackson. Rest in
Microphone.
peace. Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Rest in peace to Michael. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Goat.
He's always. It's funny. There's so many stars, pop stars, or singers that be getting close, but something about Jackson's swag is just
Hit different.
It hits different. And mind you, his music, especially the ones that's still the most popular now, came out how long ago? But they feel like they were released
Yesterday. Like today.
Like-
That's give that to Bob and Michael.
Bob Marley.
You know what I mean?
Hey, honestly, I grew up on the both of them.
Yeah, give that to Bob and Michael.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bob Marley. Michael Jackson, that was just my own, venturing off into different musicians.
Okay.
Where my son used to be dancing. I used to run home to practice Michael Jackson dance, man. So I could never deny that he my influence, bro. Can't never deny.
So Taj,
What about
That's funny.
what about you?
what about you?
Artists.
Yeah.
I like Tupac.
Ooh.
The 90s. I like Biggie for his flows.
Oh,
But
Tupac's
let's
poetry.
see, like yeah, Biggie for his flows. Tupac, yeah, he spoke a lot. He speaks a lot of
poetry. He's a poetry
yeah,
man.
definitely a lot of
Yeah,
poet.
yeah man.
Nas, um,
Ooh,
yeah. Out of those three,
how old are you?
I am 27 right now.
Damn, boy.
27, yeah.
You're
I only like I would say my top four rappers is probably like Nas, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Tupac. I met Nas. I hope to meet Jay soon. Facts. I want that combo to be
yeah.
Brooklyn to Brooklyn.
How was
It's gonna happen.
What about musicians though? Like besides rappers, what about musicians though?
Musicians. Like you said, Michael Jackson, shout out Michael. You know, Mama Love was always playing that good, the good, what we would call oldies or like, matter of fact, classic songs. My mom always had like the radio always in the house. Like that was like even at night, like she always kept the radio on like low when we would be like going to school. I feel like that definitely trained me to like look at music as a soothing, like a experience to like maybe go to sleep, go on a drive, you feel relaxed. And opposed to like sometimes music can make you turned up, but like certain songs like Celine Dion, like my mom would play stuff like that for us to like go to sleep, just like in the middle of the house, but like so we could all hear throughout our rooms.
It's crazy because I was
Soundtrack.
Yo, bro, you listen to what he just said? He never mentioned like no current artist, and he's 27 years old. Like that's crazy.
that is.
You
but
could see that. You
way.
could see that you could see that, and the way you look, you could see the core of how your morals was rooted. You know what I mean?
Sure, that fact.
And that's fire. And I want to take time out to thank you for. I met you yesterday, and you didn't even ask a question. I was like, "Yo, I want to have you on set because you know what I mean. We want to have people like you on set so you can inspire somebody out there in the nothing to fear world. You know what I mean? So
Definitely.
what I want to ask you the question though. What drive you and set, and what motivate you into the actor you are today?
Well, what motivates me is to, on days when I actually are, like, say, the leads of, like, certain, like, films, I'm the first person on the call sheet, right?
Word.
So I'm responsible for if everybody else goes home for the day. And that may be just one day, but imagine if I could do that for the rest of my life. I'm responsible for hundreds of people to go home on time for a day. I'm creating a workforce by myself, but not by myself. If you get what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yes. I get it.
I'm moving something. Some would say little old me from Brooklyn, New York, but I realize that it's never little old me because Brooklyn, New York will allow you to just, as one young man, young adult, to, have that workload on your back and make it look good and smile with it too. So that's what drives me on set, being able to know that, by just me going through all my processes of auditioning, of meeting with producers, of late night studying lines, of fighting for roles with all the major actors in Hollywood, to finally getting on set, working with the directors, smiling with all the production crew, but being able to bring them Brooklyn, New York, and Hollywood, and maybe I might just be 1 to 1,000 of those people, but I'm from a real place, and I'm able to, give my energy to them for that, even if it's a day.
Well said. I mean, Alpha, for you, this one is for you. I want you to tell the people what you do and what you get into, and tell them where they can find you, in case they want to look for somebody who can do video editing and stuff.
If you're looking for a video editor, make sure you come with a budget. Just say that first. Otherwise, don't even look for me. But if you looking for music, word, just type in Alpha Simmons. I mean, that's how real it is.
Alpha, don't play with that bread, boy. That bread is Alpha like
wasting my time either. It's
Alpha
2024.
like invested too much time. You know what I mean? So, Taj, tell the people, a young actor out there, because I know a lot of the young actors, I cut a lot of them, and they're still struggling to find that ground, and they're not, some of them not motivated. Can you give them an inspiration? Tell them what they need to do and how patient they need to be and the amount of work they have to put in and stay consistent?
I would say, first thing first, keep God and prayer in your life when everything feels
Amen
like
to
it's
that.
not moving forward.
Mhm.
Always bet on yourself. You are your stock. So if you can't invest in yourself, no one else will invest time, money, or belief in you. It could be family. It could be the people who sign you to. It could be the biggest companies in the world that offers you opportunities. But if they don't see that you're willing to invest all the time and energy that another person is right next to you that's fighting a little harder, you're not gonna be as accepted, I would say. But just fight. That's the main thing. Fight the good fight. And especially if you're from where I'm from, Brooklyn, New York City, you got that fight in you.
Exactly.
That's well said. Well said. You heard it from him, Taj, the kid from Flatbush who's doing it.
And I look forward to, being on your TV screen or your local
Word.
advertisement real soon.
Speaking of that, do you have anything that you can talk about you got coming up?
Yeah, word.
Well, one of the recent films that I was in was a film called Behold a Lady. I played a supporting character called Darren. It's a coming of age story. And it really highlights adolescent, the high school life, but balancing being a woman in in an educational space, and competing with guys that's out to get the number one spot always. It's a great film. You guys, it's coming to a theater and to a streaming platform soon. It's been at all the local film festivals, at the American Black Film Festival. It recently was streamed for the Voices of Culture category, and I just want to build on all the recent wins that I've been doing. I do a lot of commercials, so that's one of my favorite things to do as well. So just exploring, the commercial world. Like, I've been the face for LeBron's More Than an Athlete campaign.
Can you speak up? Let them hear you. Let them hear what?
Yeah, so I've been the face for LeBron's James More Than an Athlete campaign nationwide, and that was a big win. I was able to meet LeBron last year during the SB Awards, and it's just meeting people like him is just from where I'm from. Of course, that's the GOAT. We grew up watching him, but not only that, he posted me on his Twitter, just like I feel like that's my cosign. So
Of course, man.
So yeah, just, but not only that, just seeing where I came from, and where life could go just by going to another city like Los Angeles and bringing your Brooklyn energy and your Brooklyn experience and your Brooklyn swag and being appreciated for it, for sure.
Oh man, that's well said, and I'm loving it. I'm really, really, really loving it, and I like the way the morals I'm seeing coming out of you. Like you have a parents that really spend time and grow you the right way, and props to Taj parents out there, man. Like, man, listen, there's no word can explain the way I'm feeling right now. And this is a Nothing to Fear podcast. And Taj, I just want you to shout out the Nothing to Fear podcast because we're about growth, we're about community, we're about the people, we're about motivation, and we're about everything you can ever think of when it comes on to not doubting yourself and putting the best foot out there forward. Can you shout out the Nothing to Fear podcast?
Shout out Nothing to Fear podcast. Brooklyn, New York, you got nothing to fear. You global.
There you go. Alpha, any word from you, Alpha, from the Nothing
Shout
to
out
Fear?
to Nothing to Fear podcast, man. Shout out Rock Nation as well. I forgot to mention that. Because, word.
I think you see, Alpha, I think we're going to do some work, because, you know what I mean? I'm just feeling Alpha right now, like
Gang.
you know.
Sometimes I be, when life's so major, you can't really look at it like everything matter,
Mhm.
I don't know if that made sense to y'all, but I know what I mean. So it's just like, damn, you just gotta take everything a step at a time,
Yes, sir.
And you can't block your blessings by showboating, but
Definitely.
you just
But just be aware of like your accomplishments, man. That you have
word.
come a long way from when you started,
that I ain't gonna lie, that's one accomplishment that I am proud of.
as you should be. It's big.
Of
So
course.
just know, 2025, there's definitely works between me and Tahjace. He was trying to be humble, not say it. I wasn't gonna say it, but it's coming, man.
Yeah, man.
Just wait on that.
You could tell. You could know it. You could feel it. The amount of work you put in and the dedication you got. You could feel it, man.
Life is a marathon, not a race.
Correct.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
And the marathon.
Correct.
Marathon.
As long as you're doing 1% better
continues.
than yesterday, that means you're doing the right thing. That's what
Yeah,
matters.
Nipsey Hussle said it best. It's a marathon.
Facts.
So people, remember, bring someone to the community. Share the podcast. Subscribe. You know what I mean? Go run that numbers up. You know what I mean? I'm so happy and so ecstatic right now to have Taj and Seth. You know what I mean? He got some big project coming up. So stay tuned. Go follow him. You know what I mean? Go support the kid from Flatbush. You know
Y'all
what I mean?
can find me on all social platforms.
Yes, sir.
Tahjace. TAHJACE.
You can find me at Alpha Simmons, ALFASIMMONDS, everywhere.
Wow.
And you could find,
Word.
you know where to find me.
Nothing
Y'all
to
know where
fear.
to find me. Y'all know where to find me.
Yeah.
I'm here right in your face every day. But, you know what I mean? Chris, you have anything? Anything?
Nah, man. I mean, listen. Like everyone said what they need to say. That's more than motivational and more than inspiring. And everyone's
man,
journey
yeah.
is always going to be ups and downs. But to what you say all the time and what I get from you every other day, you tell me every day to keep my head up, is stay consistent.
Yeah, boys.
Stay consistent.
That's it.
Your time will come.
Yep.
Keep grinding. That's it.
Just
Don't
dig
look
for that passion and that love.
at anybody else. Don't see what someone else
Correct.
is doing. Don't worry about what they got right
Nah.
now. You worry about where you at. And
Just
where
watch where you
trying to
put
go.
your feet, man. That's
That's
it.
it.
Just watch where you put in your feet.
That's it.
Just be aware
Of course.
of your doings and your you know what I mean, your plans. That's it.
Yep.
Go execute that.
Slow and
mean-
steady wins the race. Remember that.
Hmm?
Especially when your biggest opponent is yourself. So just keep on. Tunnel vision.
I second that. Amen to that.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That, man.
So
Kizzy.
this is the Nothing to Fear podcast, guys. So until next time, I'm Blanco Pro. That's my co-host over there, Anton and Taj. Thanks for having you on set.
Appreciate
Alpha.
it, brother.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man. Let's go get it, man.
Highly appreciate it, man. Yes.
Power. People's power. Like we said, we're not using that black word anymore. We're not labeling no one. So until next time, this is Nothing to Fear podcast. Go like, share, and subscribe. Peace and blessings.
Madness forever.
Movies on the way.
Welcome to Nothing to Fear podcast. I go by the name Chris Blanca Pro. I started this podcast to share my untold story, my truths, and my journey, and my close relationship to Jesus Christ. And I want you to create a life on your own terms. We always have a choice. This podcast is about career, hustle, perseverance, manifestation, fun, sport, entertainment, relationship goals, and